Good morning, students. Now let us start the new chapter from the track 2, that is of wave optics. So, what is that previous chapter? Previous chapter is ray optics. In case of ray optics, we are going to treat light as a ray here. What do you mean by ray of light here? If the light travels along the straight line in a particular direction, that is called ray of light. Then, but in this chapter, we are going to treat the light as a wave. Then, light has a dual nature. What are those natures? Particle nature and wave nature. The particle nature of the light can be first explained by Sir Isaac Newton. According to Sir Isaac Newton, the light source can emit the tiny particles. Those particles are called corpusculars. Newton's corpuscular wave. According to Newton, light source emits tiny particles and those particles are called corpusculars of light. Corpuscles of light. So, according to Newton, light source emits the tiny particles are called corpuscles of light now. And here, now let us consider it is a source of light. This source of light can emit the tiny particles. These are the tiny particles. These are the tiny particles. Okay, these tiny particles are called corpuscles. And these tiny particles are move in a straight line. Means they will be travel in a straight line. Corpuscles will be move in a straight line according to Newton. And here there is a reflection of corpuscles of the light. Means particles of the light due to the force of repulsion between the particles of the denser medium and particles of the light. What are the particles of the light? Those are called corpuscles. So Einstein named those particles as photons. Okay. Then Einstein named these particles as photons. Then these corpuscles can be travel in a straight line according to Sir Isaac Newton. Then here, there is a reflection of the corpuscles of the light due to the force of repulsion between the particles of the denser medium and the corpuscles. Reflection of light is due to repulsion between corpuscles and particles of the denser medium. Particles of the denser medium. Now let us consider it is the interface between denser medium and rarer medium. Now let us consider the corpuscles fall on the interface between the rarer medium and denser medium. Due to the force of repulsion between the particles of the denser medium and corpuscles, they will be repelled. According to Sir Isaac Newton. Okay. Next, refraction is due to, means refraction of light is due to attraction between corpuscles and corpuscles means these are the tiny particles of the light. Corpuscles and particles of the denser medium. Denser medium. Now let us consider this is the reflection of the corpuscles of the light. Now what about refraction of the corpuscles of the light? Once again we are going to take interface between rarer medium and denser medium, and these are the corpuscles, means particles of the light. Whenever the light incident on the interface between rarer medium and denser medium, the corpuscles incident on the interface between rarer medium and denser medium, due to the force of attraction between the particles of the denser medium and corpuscles, the light undergo refraction due to the force of attraction. But Newton's corpuscular theory couldn't explain why there is a force of attraction between the particles of the denser medium and corpuscles in case of refraction, and also it couldn't explain why there is a force of repulsion between corpuscles and particles of the denser medium, and it is failed. And also it couldn't explain some phenomena like interference, diffraction, and also polarization. So next concept we are going to consider, that is Huygens wave theory. According to Newton, the light is made up of tiny particles. Those particles are called corpuscles. Okay. Then, according to Christian Huygens, the light is emitted in the form of wave. Next, we are going to discuss about Huygens wave theory. It is a just introduction of the chapter, Huygens wave theory. Then what is Huygens wave theory here? So according to Newton, the light is made up of particles, means light behaves as a particle, no? But according to Huygens, the light behaves as a wave. See, Huygens assumed that, Christian Huygens assumed that the light source, the source of light or the light source, emits the light in the form of wave. Emits the light in the form of wave. In the form of wave. Okay, see. It is a wave form of light. So light is a transverse in nature. It is called transverse wave. Crushed drop. Crushed drop. Okay, means light is a transverse in nature. Then now, and this Huygens wave theory successfully explained the phenomena like interference and also diffraction. Okay. So now, in this chapter we are going to discuss about the Huygens wave theory of light now. So who proposed the wave theory of light? Christian Huygens. Okay. Next we are going to discuss about what are wave fronts and how the wave fronts are generated. Wave front. So I will give an example for the generation of wave fronts here. So let us consider the surface of calm water. It is the surface of calm water. Okay. Whenever we are going to drop a small stone on the surface of the water, the ripples are formed. These ripples are called water waves. These ripples are called water waves. These are called ripples. These ripples are called water waves. So see here, due to the disturbance, how to disturb the surface of the calm water here? By dropping the small stone on the surface of the water, the waves are generated. And here, these waves are propagating in a forward direction. These waves are propagating in forward direction, but not in backward direction. I hope already you observed this one. Then what are the shape of the water waves here? The shape of the water waves are circular rings. Okay. And here on the given wavefront, here these are called wavefronts. On the given wavefront, the particles of the water medium, they are vibrating in phase. They are vibrating in phase. So why they are vibrating in phase here? Because all particles are at equidistance from the point of impact. Here point of impact can be taken as source. Okay. So this is called point of impact, and all particles of the medium are equidistance from the point of impact. Means all particles are vibrating in same phase and at the same instant. Now it is called wavefront, and these particles can be disturbed now, and these are oscillating particles can send the disturbance to the another particle. Again these particles start to vibrate. Again these vibrating particles send the disturbance to the another particles. Again these particles start to vibrate. In such a manner, the wave is propagating in which direction? Forward direction. Now we are going to discuss about in such a manner how the light wave can be propagated. So this is the concept used to explain the propagation of light wave from the source of light. Now let us assume this point of impact as a source of light. Okay. So this source of light can send some the disturbance in all directions. Okay. So whenever in a homogeneous medium, so the disturbance is reached to the particles of the medium. Now those particles start to vibrate in the phase, because all particles are at equidistance from the source of light now, and these vibrating particles again send the disturbance to the nearest particles now. Again these particles start to vibrate. So in such a manner the light wave is propagating in which direction? Forward direction. So we have to define wavefront. What do you mean by wavefront? It is a continuous locus of, already I studied about what you mean by locus in case of mathematics. Okay, it is a continuous locus of particles of the medium. Which are vibrating in same place. Why they are vibrating in same place? Already I said that because all particles which are vibrating in same place are equidistant from the source of light. Let us take this point of impact as a source of light now. Okay. So particles of the medium which are vibrating in same place. And these vibrating particles can send the disturbance to the nearest particles, no? But in which direction? Forward direction. Again these particles start to vibrate now, and these vibrating particles again send the disturbance to the nearest particles, but in which direction? Again forward direction. Again these particles start to vibrate. In such a manner the light wave is propagating in which direction? That is in forward direction only. These arrows indicating that the light waves are spreading in all directions in forward directions. Okay. So this is about wavefront. Now there are three types of wavefront. They are based on the shape of the source of light. Now we are going to discuss about types of wavefront. So now onwards I will use the WF for the wavefront. That is a short form of wavefront. That is a WF. Okay, WF is nothing but here wavefront. So depending on the shape of the source of light, we are going to classify the wavefront into three types. Depending on shape of source of light. Wavefront can be classified into classified into three types. Then what are those? First one is spherical wavefront, second one is cylindrical wavefront, and last one is plane wavefront. First one, that is a spherical wavefront. So, what are spherical wavefronts here? These are the wavefronts produced by the point source. Means here, the source of light is just like a point, means its size is very small. These are the wavefronts. Produced by a point source of light. Means here this point source of light is, the size of the source of light is very small. That is why we are going to take a point source produced by a point source of light. And here also on this spherical wavefront, all the particles are vibrating in same phase because all the particles are at equidistance from the point of source. Means that they are equidistance from the source of light. Now let us draw the diagram for the spherical wavefront. Then here, what are the shapes of the spherical wavefront? They are spherical. Point means we are going to take it as a spherical. It is a point source, and the root size is very small. Then which can produce the spherical wavefronts. These are the spherical wavefronts, and these spherical wavefronts are propagating in which direction? Forward direction. Which are propagating in forward direction. So this is the diagram for spherical wavefront. What is the shape of the source of light here? That is just like a point. And it is a source of light. Then so the particles on the given wavefront, they are vibrating in same place because all particles are at equidistance from the source of light here. Again in this wavefront, all particles are vibrating in same place because all the particles are at equidistance from the source of light. See here. Now let us take it is a first wavefront. These are the particles of the medium. So these particles of the medium are vibrating due to the disturbance. That is produced by, that disturbance is produced by source of light now. And all the particles are at equidistance from the source of light here. And next I will take, this is the wavefront now. This is another wavefront. Again here, all the particles are vibrating in same place because all the particles are at equidistance from the source of light here. Okay. So this is about the spherical wavefront. Now next we are going to discuss about the second type of wavefront, that is a cylindrical wavefront. That is a cylindrical wavefront. Then what do you mean by cylindrical wavefront and how these cylindrical wavefronts are produced? These cylindrical wavefronts are produced by a source of light which is linear in shape. These are the wavefronts. These are the wavefronts produced by a source of light which is linear in shape. This is very important. What is the shape of the source of light here? That is a linear. It is linear in shape. Example for a linear shape source of light is a slit. Slit is nothing but it is a small opening. Example for the linear shape of source of light is slit now. Slit is nothing but it is a small opening. See here. It is a slit now. This slit is called small opening. Okay. Then it is a linear shape. It is a linear shape. Then what is the diagram for cylindrical wavefront? Then what is the shape of the source of light here? That is a linear shape. It is a linear shape. The waves are produced around the linear shape of source of light is those are cylindrical wavefronts. These are the cylindrical wavefronts. Because the source of light is linear in shape, then it is the source of light. And again, these cylindrical wavefronts are propagating in forward direction. Here the arrows indicating that these waves are propagating in which direction? Forward direction, because of disturbance. Then this is nothing but a cylindrical wavefront. Again, on the cylindrical wavefront, all the particles are at equidistance from the source of light, means all particles are vibrating in phase. Here, all particles are vibrating in phase or oscillating in phase because of disturbance. Vibrating in phase. Here, disturbance is due to the source of light. Okay. Next, last type of the wavefront, that is a plane wavefront. What do you mean by plane wavefront? Now, so we are going to define the plane wavefront. This is the third type of wavefront. So it is the small part of the spherical wavefront or cylindrical wavefront at the large distance from the source of light. Whether the source of light may be point or whether the source of light may be linear, but at the large distance we are going to take the small part of the. This is a small part of the spherical wavefront. It is the small part of the spherical wavefront, and it is the small part of the cylindrical wavefront. Those wavefronts are called plane wavefronts. Okay, what are plane wavefronts here? The small part of the or small portion, the small part of the cylindrical or spherical, the small part of the spherical or cylindrical wavefront at a large distance from the source of light. At a large distance from the source of light. At a large distance from the source of light is called plane wavefront. Is called plane wavefront. So we are going to take only small portion or small part of the spherical wavefront from the distant source of light. It is a distant source of light, and it is called the plane wavefront, and it is also called a plane wavefront because we are going to take the small part of the spherical wavefront or cylindrical wavefront from the large distance of the source of light. So those wavefronts are said to be plane wavefronts. Then what are the diagram for the plane wavefronts? And again, here the particles are vibrating in the same phase because all particles are equidistant from the source of light. Then diagram for plane wavefronts. These are the diagram for plane wavefronts. Then in this direction the waves are propagating. Plane wavefronts are propagating. Okay, this is the diagram for plane wavefront. But these wavefronts is at large distance from the source of light. Remember this one. Now we are going to show the direction of the propagation of the wavefronts by using the perpendicular arrows. Those perpendicular arrows are called rays of light. So we are going to show the direction of propagation of wavefronts by using the arrows perpendicular to the wavefront. So those arrows are called rays of light. See here. These arrows are perpendicular to the plane wavefront. It is a plane wavefront, and these arrows are perpendicular to the plane wavefront, and it is called rays of light. and also called beam of light. The bundle of rays of light is called beam of light. Here also, these are the arrows which are perpendicular to the wavefronts. Again, this is the arrow perpendicular to the wavefront, and these arrows are called rays of light. Then, what is the use of rays of light here? That shows the direction of propagation of wavefronts, and always the wavefronts are propagating in which direction?